But regarding shopping lenders, how do you recommend doing that? I know there's kind of like that elephant in the room where you should only talk to one person or two people because they pull your credit score. And so what are the pros and cons with shopping lenders? How do you do it effectively? What should someone look for in interviewing a lender or talking to a lender?
That great question. And I always urge people to look at more than one lender. And the biggest misconception is don't let more than one lender pull your credit at one time, because you don't want to lose multiple points. But the government wants you to be able to get the best interest rate, the best terms. So as long as you look at multiple lenders within a 30-day period, even if multiple people pull the credit, it only counts as one pull.
Oh, nice.
So, and the points come right back. And you don't lose 20 points. You might lose a couple of points. But you're looking at lender fees. So all lenders have fees that range anywhere from $900 to $1,500. All the other closing costs associated with closing a mortgage in the state of Florida are third-party charges. And then we look at escrow accounts, which is taxes and insurance and prepaids. So having a good lender is more than just fees, because you're looking at everybody's situation is a little bit different. So if you're looking for the absolute lowest fee, then you're looking at one thing, but more goes into it in the competitive real estate market. Because for me, is you want excellent communication, you want the least amount of stress, and then you want to close on time.
Right.
So usually local, when people are coming from out of the area, a local lender deals with local appraisers who know the market.
Yep.
And as the market's changing daily and weekly, you want an appraiser or a team that understands those changes.
And that's essential. I feel like there's a lot of people that are ordering appraisals that work with a national company, and they're coming in from an hour outside of town, and they're typically under appraising or other issues there. That's really good information. I also think that, you talked about the fees. I mean, $900 to $1,500 is not that big of a difference. So you're not adding or saving a ton of money by thinking you're going with a different lender just because you're getting better fees on that.
You do, and the other thing you want to look at is reviews. Like in any business, you guys are a great real estate company. You have an amazing, reviews. I've seen what you've done in the local marketplace. But me locally, so I have over 270 5-star Zillow reviews. So it's what other people talk about me.
Yeah.
So after 28 years, I always feel like I have the experience to get the job done in a reasonable amount of time. But also, I have a service that matches the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think the experience is the most important part.
Yeah.
And also access to the lender. Are they around in the evenings, on the weekends, not working banker hours?
Right.
Because when you need to know what the numbers are for the dream home that just popped up, you can't wait for someone to call you back. You need access to those numbers.
Absolutely.
And all that goes into it. And then buy downs is another thing. A lot of, in this market, especially as the rates continue to go up, you can buy the interest rate down. When you buy a rate down with points, it doesn't go to the lender. Lenders aren't allowed to make money on rate in 2022. We're just not allowed to.
Right.
So that money would go towards a lower rate. So you want to make sure that the interest rate you're getting, what are you being charged for that?
Right.
And I had a veteran in my office, last week that was doing a refinance, and he was being charged, $8,000 in points or fees, and he didn't realize that.
It's crazy.
He was just looking at the rate.
Right.
But when you deal with somebody local too, and you can look somebody in the eye, sit down with them, it does help, and that doesn't always work that way.
Right.
But a lot of the .coms is everything's done over the internet,
Right.
and they're counting on you not reading the fine print.
Right.
Just click, 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 and sign.
And I've noticed that with a lot of big banks or even these big, huge lenders, like national companies. Have helped clients, and they're like, "Well, I'm getting a 3.5. Why is your local guy trying to give me 3.8?" And I was like, "Well, let me look at your loan estimate there, and we'll see what all the hidden fees involved." And a lot of times they are buying down something to get to that rate. And also another misconception I hear a lot is like, your guy is giving me a 3.8. I can get it at 3.7. Is that customer service that much better? At the same time, that 3.8 rate to 3.7 rate, you're talking how much a month?
You're talking about anywhere from, depending on the loan amount, anywhere from $12 to $17
exactly.
a month. So it's very nominal. So for me, it's really the service.
Right.
You want the great service, and I always equate it to the Ritz-Carlton, right, versus Walmart. Two great companies, but they offer different things.
Right.
So you kind of want to meet somewhere in the middle.
And I think you point out another good point of why it's important to choose someone local, even though it might be that extra $15 a month or whatever it may be. And it might not always be that way, but sometimes it could be. But to have a local appraiser, someone that you could walk into their office, talk to them in person, like I think those are all big things. Because I mean, if you get a really bad appraiser from someone that's a national appraiser or whatever, or a state appraiser that's outside the area, that could blow up a deal. If it's appraises 50,000, 100,000 under, and you might not get your dream house, and it's not that your house is really worth that. It's because one person with a laptop that doesn't even live here is trying to protect the bank, essentially.
Yeah, I agree. We're like pilots, and sometimes these real estate deals get a bit turbulent and bumpy.
Right.
And our job's to land, smoothly and safely. And we've seen those deals where appraisers blow up deals because they don't know the market.
Right.
And and other agents have also seen that.
Yeah.
So when you're going to make your offer, and there's 7 other offers, I believe the lending institution, your local bank, your local lender, carries more weight.
I agree.
With the offer, and that's important because you want to get that.